Warren Buffett is an expert with insights on economic storms with the top investment assets. In times of crisis, smart investment choices can make all the difference. He is one of the well-known personalities who knows when and where to invest. In this video, I will get into his tried and true strategies to invest in wealth and make the most of challenging times. Here are the 5 best investment assets that he suggests. Productive assets. When it comes to investing wisely, he suggests putting the money into productive assets like real estate, businesses that create goods or services, and even farmland. These types of investments can generate steady income and potential growth over time. Essentially, productive assets encompass various types of investments that have the potential to generate consistent income or appreciate over time. This approach reflects Warren Buffett's astute understanding that, in uncertain economic times, allocating resources to projects that can produce real value is a smart move. One avenue that falls under the productive asset umbrella is real estate. Owning properties, whether residential or commercial, can offer multiple benefits. Rental income provides a steady cash flow, while the property may appreciate over time. Real estate is a tangible asset, and it's known for its ability to act as a hedge against inflation. As populations grow and urban centers expand, the demand for real estate often remains strong, adding to its long-term potential. His investment wisdom also extends to businesses that create goods or offer services. These ventures can range from small startups to established enterprises. By owning a stake in a business, you become a shareholder and thus are entitled to a portion of the profits. Successful businesses can enjoy consistent earnings and even expansion, translating to greater returns for investors. And being a part of a business means participating in its growth journey and potentially benefiting from its successes. Investing in productive assets boils down to nurturing 2 key aspects: your growth and the growth of your investment portfolio. His emphasis on investing in yourself highlights the importance of continuous learning and personal development. Equipping yourself with knowledge, skills, and a growth mindset enhances your ability to make informed financial decisions and adapt to changing circumstances. Simultaneously, investing in your portfolio underscores the significance of diversification. You reduce risk and create a balanced investment mix by allocating funds across various productive assets. Diversification helps insulate your portfolio from the volatility of individual assets, as different assets tend to respond differently to market fluctuations. Embracing the concept of productive assets aligns with Warren Buffett's philosophy of smart, strategic investing. Real estate and businesses offer opportunities for income, growth, and resilience in the face of economic uncertainty. Businesses that produce goods or services. Warren Buffett's investment wisdom extends to another area of wealth creation: businesses that produce goods or offer services. This approach involves investing in companies manufacturing products or delivering valuable consumer services. By owning a share of these businesses, you become part of their journey and can benefit from their successes over time. His philosophy aligns with the idea that investing in well-run businesses can yield substantial returns. He famously stated, "It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price." This encapsulates his belief in the importance of the quality and potential of the business itself. When you invest in a business that excels in its field, has a strong market presence, and can adapt to changing trends, you position yourself for long-term growth. Moreover, investing in businesses has several advantages. First and foremost, it allows you to participate in the profits generated by the company. As the business prospers and expands, its earnings may increase, leading to higher investor returns. Based on this, many companies pay dividends to shareholders, providing a steady income stream. Businesses that produce goods often have the potential to establish strong brand loyalty, which can translate into consistent customer demand and revenue. Think of companies like Apple, known for its innovative products, or Coca-Cola, renowned for its timeless beverages. These businesses have built a reputation that drives consumer loyalty and sustains their market position. Service-oriented companies, such as those in the technology, healthcare, or financial sectors, cater to various needs of consumers and businesses. Their success often hinges on their ability to provide efficient, reliable, and innovative solutions. As these companies grow, their services may become increasingly essential, leading to higher demand and revenues. Investing in farmland. Have you ever thought about owning a piece of land that can grow not just crops, but also your wealth? Warren Buffett suggests that investing in farmland can be a smart move. Imagine being part of an industry that produces essential resources while potentially reaping financial rewards. When you invest in such an asset, you're essentially investing in the potential of the land to generate income through agricultural activities. His wisdom comes into play here as he recognizes the enduring value of resources in high demand. Think about it. As the world's population grows, the need for food and resources will also rise. This places farmlands in a unique position. It's not only an asset that can be appreciated over time, but also a contributor to global sustenance. Buffett's famous words, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get," is the best example of such an investment. The value of this asset extends beyond its price tag. It includes its potential to produce crops that fuel industries, nourish families, and provide you with a steady income stream. Investing in such an asset aligns with Buffett's principle of seeking out assets with intrinsic value and potential long-term gains. Moreover, farmland investment can act as a hedge against inflation. As the cost of living rises, so does the value of agricultural products. This can help your investment keep pace with inflation, preserving your purchasing power. But how does one get started with this investment? It's crucial to do your homework. Understand the quality of the land, the types of crops it can yield, and the potential risks involved. Additionally, such an investment offers a tangible connection to the earth. It's an opportunity to contribute to sustainable agriculture while reaping financial benefits. While not all of us can be expert farmers, investing in such an asset allows you to be a part of something fundamental and essential. Overall, it's like sowing the seeds of your financial future. Blue chip stocks. You can be a part owner of companies that have stood the test of time, weathered economic storms, and maintained their position as industry leaders. Warren Buffett advises that investing in blue chip stocks is one way to achieve this. These are the stalwarts of the stock market, representing some of the most well-established and reputable companies. Blue chip stocks are like the seasoned veterans of the investing world. They're typically large, well-established companies with a history of stable performance and a strong market presence. Think of household names like Coca-Cola, Microsoft, and Procter & Gamble. These companies have proven themselves over the years, and their stock prices often reflect a sense of stability. So, what's the importance of blue chip stocks? For one, they often pay dividends, a portion of the company's earnings distributed to shareholders. Dividends can provide a consistent income stream, even during market volatility. This aligns with his emphasis on investing in companies that generate cash flow and provide ongoing returns. Moreover, blue chip stocks tend to be less susceptible to dramatic market swings. Their well-established status and broad market recognition can offer security during uncertain times. This resonates with the advice to invest in companies you understand and believe in for the long haul. Buffett's strategy of value investing, seeking stocks that are undervalued relative to their intrinsic worth, is also relevant when considering blue chip stocks. While these stocks might not always be trading at bargain prices, their consistent performance and potential for gradual growth can align with his principles. It's important to note that investing in blue chip stocks isn't a guaranteed ticket to riches. Like any investment, it comes with risks and requires careful consideration. Even the most established companies can face challenges, shifts in the industry landscape, or economic downturns. Therefore, diversification, investing in various assets to spread risk, remains a key element of a well-rounded investment strategy. So, investing in blue-chip stocks is like aligning with the veterans of the stock market. It's about placing your trust in companies that have proven their resilience and ability to navigate market challenges. Just as Buffett seeks out companies with strong fundamentals and enduring value, blue chip stocks can offer investors a solid foundation for building wealth over time. Dividend stocks. Did you know that you can receive a little financial gift from your investments regularly? Almost like a bonus for being a shareholder? That's the magic of dividend stocks, a concept that Warren Buffett has endorsed as a way to let your investments work for you. Dividend stocks are like the friendly neighbor who brings you cookies every once in a while. When you own shares of a company that pays dividends, you're entitled to a portion of its profits. These dividends are usually paid out regularly, like quarterly or annually. It's like a company sharing its success with its shareholders. So, why would a company choose to share its profits this way? Well, it's a sign of financial strength and stability. Companies that consistently pay dividends often have a steady stream of earnings. This stability can reassure investors, suggesting the company is well positioned to weather economic ups and downs. His approach to investing emphasizes the long game, and dividend stocks align nicely with this philosophy. When a company pays dividends, it's not just a one-time thing. It's an ongoing commitment to share its profits with you. This aligns with Buffett's advice to focus on the long-term potential of your investments rather than getting caught up in short-term market fluctuations. Moreover, dividend stocks can be especially appealing for those seeking a steady income stream. If you're looking to supplement your regular income, dividends can provide a reliable source of cash flow. This can be particularly beneficial during retirement or when aiming to achieve financial independence. However, it's important to note that not all companies pay dividends, and that's okay. Some companies may choose to reinvest their profits back into the business to fuel growth and expansion. This can lead to capital appreciation, where the value of your investment increases over time. When considering dividend stocks, it's also wise to look at the dividend yield. This is the percentage of the stock's price that the company pays in dividends annually. A higher dividend yield can indicate a more generous payout, but balancing that with other factors like the company's stability and growth potential is important. So whether you're dreaming of that extra income or aiming to build wealth steadily, exploring dividend stocks might be a valuable step on your investing journey. Have you ever imagined a life where you don't have to worry about working for money, where you can wake up daily and do whatever investing in low-cost index funds that track the market as a whole. It is a more hands-off approach that can still lead to long-term gains. Now, let's dive into some practical tips for investing in the stock market for beginners. First and foremost, diversification is critical. It means investing in a variety of companies across different industries and sectors. It helps minimize risk and protects you from market fluctuations. Another strategy is dollar cost averaging, which involves investing a fixed amount of money at regular intervals regardless of market conditions. It allows you to buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when prices are high. Finally, investing in low-cost index funds is a great way to get started in the stock market. These funds track the market as a whole and are managed by professionals, making them a low-risk and low-cost option for beginners. They offer instant diversification, so you don't have to worry about picking individual stocks. Investing in the stock market can be a great way to build passive income and accumulate wealth over time. You can minimize risk and maximize gains by focusing on a long-term strategy, investing in solid companies, and diversifying your portfolio. Good luck and happy investing! Investing in real estate. As you may know, the real estate market has recently been on a roller coaster ride. Housing prices have steadily risen, and mortgage rates are at historic lows. It has created a perfect storm for investors looking to cash in on the rental demand. So, why should you consider real estate investing? Let me tell you what Robert Kiyosaki has to say about it. He says real estate investing provides 3 significant benefits: passive income, tax advantages, and long-term wealth accumulation.
The more debt we use, the less tax we pay. That is why I love real estate. I can use debt, pay no taxes, make a lot of money. So that's really what I teach. I don't recommend it, but for those of you who understand what's called an infinite return, it's the best way to get rich.
1. Passive income. One of the significant benefits of real estate investing is the potential to earn passive income. With real estate investments, you can generate consistent and reliable cash flow through rental income. It means you can make money without working for it actively. Once you have acquired a property, you can sit back and collect rent payments regularly, providing a steady income stream. Unlike other investments that require constant monitoring and management, real estate investments allow you to earn passive income without much effort. As you continue to build your real estate portfolio, your passive income can grow even more significantly, providing you with long-term financial stability and freedom. 2. Tax advantages. Real estate investing offers numerous benefits, including tax advantages that can save you substantial money in the long run. As a real estate investor, several tax deductions are available to you, which can lower your taxable income. These deductions include property depreciation, which is the decrease in value of your property over time, mortgage interest, the interest you pay on your mortgage loan, and property taxes, which you pay to the local government for the upkeep of the property. These deductions can significantly reduce your tax bill and increase your cash flow. Real estate investment can also provide passive income, making it an excellent long-term investment strategy. 3. Long-term wealth accumulation. Real estate is an appreciating asset, meaning its value increases over time. By investing in real estate, you have the potential to build long-term wealth and financial security for you and your family. But don't just take my word for it. Some of the most successful investors in the world, including Donald Trump and Sam Zell, have built their fortunes on real estate investments, and their strategies align with Kiyosaki's recommendations. What are some of the different types of real estate investments you can consider? Several options include rental properties, REITs, and crowdfunding platforms. Rental properties are the most well-known type of real estate investment. By purchasing a property and renting it out to tenants, you can generate rental income and build equity in the property over time. REITs, or real estate investment trusts, are another option. These companies own and operate income-producing real estate, such as apartment buildings, office complexes, and shopping centers. By investing in a REIT, you can own a small piece of these properties and receive a portion of the rental income they generate.
That has never, ever happened before in our lifetimes. And Robert's laughing right now. He's like, oh, that's too optimistic. But truly, I've been talking about this country would become a renter nation. I've been talking about that for 10 years. It's happening right now. Also, I do not think real estate is overpriced today. I think cap rates will compress to 50% of what they are today.
And finally, crowdfunding platforms allow investors to pool their money together to invest in real estate projects. These platforms provide access to various investment opportunities, from fix and flip properties to commercial real estate developments. If you're considering real estate investing, there are a few things to remember. 1. Researching local markets to identify areas with high rental demand and favorable economic conditions is essential. 2. You'll need to calculate the cash flow of potential investments to ensure they're profitable. 3. You'll need to understand financing options, including mortgages, private loans, and hard money lenders. Real estate investing can be incredibly lucrative and rewarding. With the potential for passive income, tax advantages, and long-term wealth accumulation, it's no wonder so many successful investors have made real estate a cornerstone of their portfolios. So, what are you waiting for? Start exploring the world of real estate investing today. Combining stock market and real estate investments. As discussed earlier, diversifying your investments across multiple asset classes is critical to achieving financial freedom. Investing in the stock market and real estate can benefit from the unique advantages of each asset class while minimizing the risks of putting all your eggs in one basket. According to Kiyosaki, balancing your assets in the stock market and real estate is crucial to achieving long-term financial success. One example of a successful investor who has combined stock market and real estate investments is Robert Shiller. A Nobel Prize-winning economist, Shiller is well known for his work on housing bubbles and the stock market. He is also a successful real estate investor, having purchased several properties in New Haven, Connecticut, where he teaches at Yale University. Another successful investor who has combined these two investments is David Swensen, the Chief Investment Officer at Yale University. Swensen is known for successfully managing Yale's endowment fund, consistently outperforming the market. Swensen also invests in real estate and has been quoted as saying that real estate is one of the best asset classes for a long-term investor. So, how can you combine stock market and real estate investments to optimize returns and achieve financial freedom? One way is to use leverage. By borrowing money to invest in real estate, you can increase your returns and build equity over time. Similarly, using margin to invest in the stock market can amplify your returns, but it's essential to be cautious and only use margin when you're confident in your investments. Another way to optimize returns is to use tax strategies. The stock market and real estate offer tax advantages, such as deductions for mortgage interest and capital gains. Understanding these tax strategies and working with a financial advisor can minimize tax liability and maximize returns. Asset allocation is also
to invest. One of my favorite books that just came out with is called Fake. Fake Money, Fake Teachers, Fake Assets. I use debt to invest. But to be able to do that, to go to here, to get rich, to do that, you've really got to have a lot of financial education.
Crucial to balance your investments in the stock market and real estate. By diversifying across different types of stocks and real estate investments, you can minimize your risks and maximize your returns. For example, you might invest in a mix of stocks such as large cap, small cap, and international stocks, as well as different types of real estate investments such as rental properties and REITs. Understanding each asset class's risks and benefits is essential. Real estate can be more time-consuming and require more upfront capital, while the stock market can be more volatile and require a longer-term strategy. Consulting with a financial advisor can help you create a balanced portfolio that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance. In summary, combining stock market and real estate investments can be a powerful strategy for achieving financial freedom. You can optimize your returns and minimize risks using leverage, tax strategies, and asset allocation. As with any investment strategy, it's essential to research, consult a financial advisor, and set realistic goals for your long-term financial success. Well, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope you're as excited about these two investment options as I am. To recap, Robert Kiyosaki recommends investing in the stock market and real estate to achieve financial independence and never have to work again. But let me tell you, it's not just about throwing your money into these investments and hoping for the best. A long-term strategy is vital, which means being patient, disciplined, and consistent with your assets. You may see results later, but if you stick with it, you'll be well on your way to financial freedom. Diversification is also crucial. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different asset classes and industries to minimize risk and maximize returns. And let's recognize risk management. While investing always carries some risk level, assessing your risk tolerance and making informed decisions based on your financial goals and circumstances is essential. Investing in the stock market and real estate can be daunting, especially for beginners. That's why it's always a good idea to seek professional advice if unsure. A financial advisor can help you understand your options and make the right decisions. But don't let fear hold you back. With the right mindset, anyone can start investing and working towards financial goals. Even small steps can lead to significant results. And if you're considering investing, I suggest Interactive Brokers as a reliable option. Their user-friendly website lets you swiftly open an account and trade in various investment opportunities. To initiate trading with Interactive Brokers, click the link in the description. I encourage you to take action. And policymakers use to make price decisions.
Cost push inflation? Yes, that comes from the supply side. So something happened in the supply side of the economy that caused cost push inflation.
These predictions are important because they shape inflation outcomes and influence price changes. They influence how people and businesses behave now to avoid paying lots of money in the future. 1. The first way rich people make money with inflation is by leveraging debt to create wealth. Leverage is borrowing money to improve the potential return on investment. They are investing with less of their own money and borrowing more money to increase returns. Debt can be used strategically during a recession to build wealth. The rise in inflation significantly decreases the value of debt over time, and that is good for people who borrow using fixed interest rates, as this allows them to pay the debt that has less value on what they initially borrowed. Investing in stocks, real estate, and commodities can double the return on investment, as these assets tend to appreciate during inflation. While leverage can drastically increase returns, the opposite is also true. So, rich people thoroughly understand the risks involved and consider their risk tolerance and affordability. Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, Carl Icahn, Richard Branson, Sam Zell, and Elon Musk are among the many successful entrepreneurs and investors who use the power of leverage to accelerate their businesses and returns on investments. Warren Buffett borrowed capital to invest in undervalued stocks in the textile industry earlier in his life. Elon Musk used debt to pay for projects such as the invention of Tesla. The possibilities are endless when it comes to using leverage to build wealth, and it doesn't just stop at taking other people's money. Leverage is also a powerful personal brand. They also invest in real assets to make more money during inflation. Real assets are tangible and valuable because they generate revenue and appreciate over time. They include real estate, commodities, natural resources, infrastructure, and collectibles. These assets tie to inflation in several ways. 1. In real estate, property value tends to increase with price movement because of factors such as the rising cost of labor, land, and materials. Real estate companies also tend to have high operating margins and low labor costs, with some commercial leases tied to explicit rent escalators. 2. Infrastructure developments are part of calculating consumer rates as they form part of project utility costs and affect the utilities rate. Commodities are grains, livestock, and precious metals.
Real estate. Start to study the marketplace. There's always a deal to be had in real estate, whether it's outside of your area, whether it's another city, where it's another state. Start to look for undervalued properties that you can obtain with very little down.
They serve as direct inputs to inflation measures as their prices respond to economic forces like employment, inflation rate, natural disasters, etc. They have more advantages because they offer intrinsic value, have a positive correlation with inflation, offer more benefits from rising rental income during inflation, have pricing power, can provide diversification benefits, and have a tangible value because they are seen, touched, and used. Rich people also have a diversity of assets. Diversification is a time-tested financial plan that produces significant results. Because the influence of inflation on various asset types differs, diversification across financial instruments and asset types such as equities, debt, gold, and real estate protects their portfolio during difficult times of inflation. Diversifying is a powerful strategy that reduces risks and preserves wealth. When inflation decreases the buying power of money, having multiple assets ensures that their investments maintain or even increase in value, helps their portfolio spread risk across assets, and limits the impact of a drop in a single investment. Diversification helps the rich manage risk and increase their chances of successfully navigating an inflationary economy. A diversified portfolio increases the ability to adapt to changing market conditions. When inflation affects one asset class, other assets in the portfolio can provide stability or growth. Assets like stocks and commodities perform well during inflation and can increase their ability to adapt to changing market conditions. These assets can preserve wealth by producing higher returns that outperform inflation. Diversification also reduces their vulnerability to shifts in monetary policy by helping them hold onto assets that perform well during different periods of inflation. Diversification helps wealthy people navigate market volatility and inflationary pressures by reducing risk, preserving wealth, providing stability, generating income from multiple sources, reducing concentration risk, and offering long-term growth potential and protection against economic uncertainty. 4. Capitalizing on rising interest rates. Inflation is the general increase in the prices of goods and services in an economy over time. Increased demand, supply constraints, changes in production costs, and other factors can all contribute to it. Interest rates represent the cost of borrowing money or the lender's return on investment. The country's central bank determines the interest rate and how it impacts general economic circumstances.
Yes, so it's got nothing to do, and so raising interest rates actually has an end result of just harming even more people who are already squeezed. So personally, I would love the Bank of England to refrain from that.
The two main types of interest rates are the nominal interest rate and the real interest rate. Nominal interest does not take inflation into account. It is the original interest rate on loans and savings accounts, and the real interest rate is the nominal interest rate adjusted for inflation. It shows the real buying power earned or lost on an investment or loan after adjusting for inflation. Real interest rates provide a more realistic assessment of the cost of borrowing or the return on savings. During times of high inflation, central banks can choose to maintain low nominal interest rates, and because borrowing costs are low, this can increase borrowing and spending. However, this can decrease the value of savings and investments. Central banks can raise interest rates to combat inflation when it becomes too high and threatens to destabilize the economy by reducing borrowing and spending to cool down the economy and lower inflation, especially during hyperinflation. During a recession, central banks lower interest rates to boost borrowing and spending and promote the economic growth of investment and consumption. In a low inflation situation, central banks keep
government-backed mortgage, 50-50, just for the fun of it. Those corporates are now only about 30. So a better representation for a higher yield, and higher yield will lead to a longer return, holding everything else equal in the long run, as we all know.
These assets protect investors against inflation as they adjust their value accordingly. They are also resilient to economic shocks, as their decline in value does not affect the income generated. The efficiency of income-generating assets in battling inflation depends on their type, qualities, and the current inflation rate. Warren Buffett and Robert Kiyosaki are among the individuals who strategically built investment portfolios that continue to generate steady income streams. Warren Buffett built Berkshire Hathaway, a conglomerate with a diverse portfolio of businesses that made him wealthy. Robert Kiyosaki used real estate investments and other income-generating assets like content creation to build his wealth. Let us recap how rich people make money during inflation. They leverage debt to create wealth, invest in real assets, diversify their investment portfolios, capitalize on rising interest rates, capitalize on business opportunities, and invest in income-generating assets. You can also apply these strategies to thrive in tough economic times. Remember that most of these strategies are risky, so take the time to learn more and empower yourself.
I think that in going into the business, they dreamt up a lot of reasons for it. You know, they said they're both in the risk business and their clients were going to demand it and everything.
A pressing matter demands every investor's attention in today's rapidly changing investment landscape. It isn't about the latest trends or quick tips. It's an urgent warning that could shape your financial future. Let's discuss the details. Right now, it seems we're on the verge of a significant financial event. A global margin call is looming, and the signs are too glaring to ignore. But what does that even mean? And how does it affect you? All right, let's break it down together. Market dynamics are like the heartbeat of the investment world. They dictate how assets move, and understanding these dynamics is crucial for active investors. Why? Because it's the difference between making informed decisions and shooting in the dark. Think of it like this. Would you drive a car without understanding how the brakes or accelerator works? Probably not. Similarly, driving into investments without grasping market dynamics is a risky move. Now, let's dive into margin calls. Have you ever heard of a margin call? If not, let's simplify it. Imagine you've borrowed money from a friend to invest in a business. If that business starts to fail, your friend might get nervous and ask you to return some or all of their money. That's how margin call works in the investment world.
It's just like a margin account. And when you sign pieces of paper like that, you can go absolutely broke into default and catastrophe and having other people liquidating your positions under distress conditions, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot of irresponsible mechanics in attempting to protect themselves. They've introduced this enormous instability into the system through all these clauses about collateral posting.
citizens of the country they're in. The euro-dollar market isn't just a small niche. It's one of the world's foremost international capital markets. It's like the big league for financial professionals. And because it's so vast, it requires a constant inflow of deposits. If for some reason the stakes were to decrease, the banks involved could face liquidity issues. Most of the transactions in this market are short-term, often overnight. But there are also long-term transactions, usually done through certificates of deposit. And the volume? It's massive. On average, the market sees a volume of around $140 billion.
When you get margin calls for huge amounts of money, you know, it only has to be one day when you can't meet it. That almost happened. If you go back to October of 1987, there was a large wire transfer that didn't make it to the, for a while, didn't make it to the clearinghouse at the, in Chicago. And that came close to halting the whole system at the time. And we were very close to closing the exchange. And a lot of things would have unraveled.
If you're wondering how the euro-dollar market came to be, it's a tale that takes us back to the aftermath of World War II. Europe was in ruins, and the U.S. stepped in with the Marshall Plan to help rebuild the continent. It led to a lot of U.S. dollars circulating in Europe. Over time, a separate market developed for these dollars, free from U.S. regulations. And that's how the euro-dollar market was born. So, while the euro-dollar market offers attractive interest rates, it's essential to remember that it's not without risks. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, a U.S. government agency that provides insurance on bank deposits, doesn't insure these deposits, and they're subject to the whims of the political and economic landscape of the country they're in. So, moving on, let's discuss the factors influencing the financial market, especially the role of the interest rates and how they can lead to a margin call. The role of interest rates and their potential rise. You know, interest rates are like the heartbeat of the financial world. They influence everything from the loans you take out for your home to the returns on your savings account. But have you ever stopped to think about why they're so crucial? Higher interest rates can actually improve net interest margins for banks. This is because the rates charged on loans and earned on investment securities also increase. So, when the Federal Reserve decides to raise interest rates, it's like giving a little boost to banks. They can potentially earn more from the loans they give out. But here's the catch. While this might sound great for banks, it's not always sunshine and rainbows for everyone else. So how can these factors lead to a margin call? Now let's connect the dots between interest rates and margin calls. When you trade on margin, you're borrowing money to invest. It can amplify your gains, but it can also boost your losses, and interest rates play a significant role in this. As per Investopedia, a margin call occurs when the value of an investor's margin account falls below the broker's required amount. This can happen when the securities, stocks or bonds, purchased with borrowed money decrease in value. When interest rates rise, it can decrease the value of certain securities, especially bonds. If the value of the securities drops significantly, those margin trading might not have enough equity in their account to cover their loan, leading to a margin call.
Dangerous to have a system where people are depending on billions of dollars coming in from other people. Well, we had that on Salomon on that Sunday in 1991. If Salomon had gone bankrupt the next day, you would have had people on the other side of 1.2 trillion of notional amount of something like that of derivatives who would have had a contract with a party that where they would have been dealing with a bankruptcy court. You would have all kinds of security settlements that wouldn't necessarily have settled. You would have all kinds of confusion.
But why does this happen? Well, when interest rates rise, newly issued bonds come with higher yields, making older, lower-yielding bonds less attractive. Their prices drop, and if you've bought these older bonds on margin, you could be in for a rough ride. So the next time you hear about the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, remember, it's not just a headline. It has real-world implications for investors, especially those trading on margin. And while rising interest rates can benefit banks, they come with challenges that must be navigated carefully. Remember, the financial market is like a vast ocean, and interest rates are the winds that guide the ships. Let's talk about some strategies for investors, especially in the current market scenario. Investing is like navigating a ship in the vast ocean, and having the right plan can make all the difference. Positioning yourself in the current market scenario. The market landscape is in a perpetual state of flux. For investors, this means that there are other options than staying static. You must be agile, adapting to the ever-changing tides and ensuring you're positioned optimally. A 2022 article from Drew's editorial team shed light on this, emphasizing that market positioning isn't just about products or services. It's about how these offerings resonate in the minds of potential consumers. Think about some of the most iconic brands out there. People don't just buy them for their functionality, they buy into the brand itself. So, diving deeper, how can one position themselves effectively in this dynamic market? 1. Unique selling proposition, USP. At the heart of your investment strategy should be your USP. It's the beacon that differentiates you from the sea of competitors. success. According to the Corporate Finance Institute, determining your company's uniqueness by comparing it to competitors and understanding your current market position is essential to effective market positioning. They also emphasize competitor positioning analysis importance in developing a robust strategy. Investing is a journey. Having the right strategies can make it smoother. All right, let's wrap things up, shall we? Navigating the financial world can sometimes feel like walking through a maze. Every turn, every decision can lead to a different outcome. So what's next for you? Well, we would say take this knowledge, apply it, and always strive to learn more. Finally, you have saved $1,000 after cutting ridiculous expenses and removing your bad money habits. But now you are unsure where to invest it. Most people are starting to discover that investing is the secret to building wealth. But investing in something without preparation is also equal to disaster. You might even lose that $1,000, which gives you endless headaches. Do not be unsure anymore, because in this video, I will expose the 7 things you should do with your $1,000 rather than leaving it in the bank. Number 1, invest in your financial education. The far most important investment is to invest in yourself through self-education. Without having financial literacy, you will probably not go far and might lose that hard-earned $1,000 you have saved in the bank instead of making more money.
You do not have to know as much about accounting or stock market terminology or whatever else it may be, or what the Fed is going to do next time and whether it's going to raise 3 times or 4 times or 2 times. None of that counts at all, really, in a lifetime of investing. What counts is having a philosophy that you stick with, that you understand why you're in it, and then you forget about doing things that you don't know how to do.
Warren Buffett is known to be a firm believer in investing in his greatest asset and is investing in his financial education. He will spend hours reading books that lead him to become a successful investor, and now everything pays off. According to Forbes, Buffett is currently worth $109.3 billion. But how did the most influential investor get started? Buffett had a chance to go on to study and eventually work under Benjamin Graham for 2 years. Learning from others who have achieved your desired success is the best way to shorten your learning curve. Be resourceful, buy good books, watch free personal finance YouTube videos, and attend online seminars or events. Even better, have a successful mentor. Commit to investing a small chunk of your $1,000 toward your personal growth, mindset, and development so you can double that money. In the words of Warren Buffett, the more you learn, the more you earn. Number 2, start investing in S&P 500. Are you looking for a solid investment with a proven record of high returns annually? Investing in the S&P 500 is the best choice you will ever make. You are not investing alone in one company, but in 500 biggest companies. S&P 500 stocks are a better way to invest in the American economy. You might have heard about the S&P 500 before, but what makes it great for beginners? Over the past 30 years, the S&P 500 has delivered an annual return of 9 to 11%. This investment gives you peace of mind knowing that you are investing in companies with a proven track record of success for 100 years.
It's just remarkable to me that we have operated in this country with the greatest tailwind at our back that you can imagine. It's an investor's haven. I mean, you can't really fail at it unless you buy the wrong stock or just get excited at the wrong time.
Warren Buffett is a big believer in the S&P 500 index and recommends that most people should invest in it. He even advised his wife to invest in it too. He once said, "The best way to invest is simply to buy and hold all of the 500 largest American companies as measured by market capitalization." The idea behind the S&P 500 index is to create a portfolio of stable, reliable stocks that will offer regular returns without too much risk and reduces your chance of losing your money. S&P 500 has also outperformed many other types of investments over the years, including gold and real estate. Assuming you want to make your $500 work for you and be part owner of some of the most successful companies, start taking a chance. You better start investing your $500 in the S&P 500 index. It has been tested in good and bad markets and has always come out on top. Number 3, opening a CD account. If you are still confused with S&P 500, but thinking of leaving your money in the bank for a long time, why not consider putting your savings into a higher level? CDs are a higher level used for saving money, not creating an income stream. You might ask, how is a certificate of deposit different from an ordinary savings account? This saving model can be a great place to save if you do not plan to spend your money but are interested in earning higher interest than 2%. CD means putting your money in a bank account, but you are not allowed to pull the money out anytime you want, and you can only withdraw on a maturity date. Let me give you a quick example. Let us say you're putting your money in a 1-year CD. What will happen next is you cannot access it for 1 year, because if you do, the bank will charge you a higher fee. Compared to stocks and the S&P 500, CDs are relatively safe investments. CDs are a safe, secure way to grow your money. Though they would not earn the same returns as mutual funds, the S&P 500, or stocks, they do not expose you to as much risk. That could make a good investment choice for people who want to lower their level of risk.
What I know for a fact is a CD does not function like a personal line of credit. So there may be restrictions as to how much money I can take out of a CD. That's question number 1. How much money can I actually take out of that CD? Number 2 is how revolving is the CD. And I know for a fact it's not going to be revolving where I can just put money in, take money out, put money in, take money out. That defeats the purpose of a CD.
When opening a CD for all ages, there are a few things to consider. First, your goals and how suited CDs are to helping you achieve them. If you are starting to save in your 20s, then a standard CD could work for you. But if you're interested in saving for retirement in your 30s and 50s, you might prefer an IRA CD instead. When comparing CDs, it is essential to consider the deposit requirements, early withdrawal penalties, terms, interest rates, and APY. Opening one or more CD accounts is something you might consider if you're interested in potentially earning higher interest rates. Number 4, make money by giving loans. Municipal bonds are different from stocks because you are not becoming part owner of any company, but you are investing your money by giving loans to municipalities. So every month you will get paid with a little bit of interest, and at the end of the loan, this is called the maturity date. You are going to get your investment back. So these bonds can fund building roads, highways, or schools. So to pay for this type of construction, they need to borrow money from an investor like you. One of the ways that local governments borrow money is by issuing municipal bonds.
Second kind of bond, it's called the municipal bond. And over here, the bond is issued by the various, state and, county or the town authorities, basically. So it is issued by the states or by your county or by the states or the actually various states authority.
There are a couple of things that made munis very interesting. One, they tend to be safe because cities and states will not go bankrupt. 2, they can be tax-free investments. Many investors choose munis over other bonds because they provide tax benefits. Unlike most other fixed income investments, interest payments on munis are typically exempt from federal taxes and possibly state and local taxes, depending on your location. Let me give you an example. Rick is trying to decide between a corporate bond offering a 3% yield and a muni offering 2%. While the muni offers a lower yield, the income provided is tax-free. So which investment is better for Rick? Well, it depends on his tax bracket and the state he lives in. Suppose Rick is in the federal tax bracket that deducts 35% of all his investment earnings. Because he does not need to pay these taxes on his muni bond earnings, this bond has a face value of 2%, but a tax equivalent yield of around 3.08%. Suppose Rianne lives in a state where the yield is also state tax-free. The benefit would be even higher. High-rated bonds are less likely to default than lower-rated bonds. Number 5, create money machines. Now that you have done well with your financial education, it is time to create another source of income, but much better than your job. Are you not interested in CDs, S&P 500, or munis? Then business is your calling. Do you want to know the secret of wealthy people? Most wealthy people spend all their time building many passive income streams. You want to have your money working for you, not you working for money. And this is what passive income is all about. We all only have 24 hours a day, and you do not want to spend 20 hours working. What if you do not wish or are no longer working? Your money will probably go to zero. Take your $300 from the bank and throw it somewhere that will help make you more money in 24 hours a day or even while you're on vacation. One of the biggest myths people have about this type of passive income is that you have to be wealthy or have a ton of money to get passive income. But that is not true. Having more money can create more passive income machines, right? You can start by spending $300, make it work for you, and pay you $1,000 for a whole year passively. Think about the business or side hustles that will give you passive income. The goal is to make your money work for you. So $1,000 can be a pretty good return, especially if it was all passive this 2023. In 2024, your goal might be how to make $200 a month.
The very best businesses are the ones that earn a high rate of return on tangible assets and grow. But even ones that don't grow, if they earn a high return on tangible assets, and then of course if you don't pay too much, they can be a good investment. They're a good business to start with by the high returns. If you pay too much for them, you can turn a good business into a bad investment. But if you pay an appropriate price, you can do all right.
The year after that, it might be making $100 a week. In 2026, it might be making $1,000 a month. The first step might be the hardest, and you need to do a little work, especially looking for the best and most profitable side hustles and businesses. If you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die, Warren Buffett once said. Number 6, save for a rainy day. Without an emergency fund, a financial shock, even minor, could make you feel stressed. This money is set aside for unexpected expenses, such as a car breaking down, a trip to the ER, or a sudden job loss. A rainy day fund is essential to help with the financial impact of unexpected expenses. There are 3 aspects to determine. 1, how much to save. 2, how to reach your savings goal. 3, where to keep your fund. Building up a rainy day fund should be considered one of your first savings and investing goals. While the essence of investing is to earn money for the future,
the importance of the emergency fund is twofold. 1 is to cover your expenses when your income falls short, and 2, it prevents you from going into debt during hard times.
The holy grail of a rainy day fund is to protect yourself in the present. Ideally, an emergency fund should have enough money to cover at least 3 months of your household expenses, or longer if you decide. Your goal should be to maintain your standard of living without dipping into your savings. Learn a lot from the 6 things I have shared with you that you should do. Do not forget to drop a like. But we are not finished yet, because we have one essential thing to cover. Number 7, be debt-free in a year. Are you stressed out every time you think of your debt? Well, it is time to achieve your dream of becoming financially free by paying off your debt, paying your loan advance, and becoming debt-free. If you have a loan and you are paying 5% on this loan, whether it is your student loan, mortgage, car loan, bad or good debt, you must prioritize paying it first. Assuming paying that loan off 1 year early, that will be a guaranteed 5% return. You just got your money because that is 5% that you do not have to pay to your bank. So if you want to invest your money and get a return on your money, but do not want to put your money at risk in stocks or real estate because you do not want to make bad decisions since you are still learning, but you also do not want your money sitting in your bank, the only way to make money is to be debt-free, because every time you earn, you can keep, save, and invest it later. You can use your extra $200 to pay down your debt early to give you a guaranteed return. The faster you pay down your debt, the less interest you have to pay and be financially free. Got a ton of value for today's video? Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share it with your family and closest friends to help them too.